Love and light to everyone watching this video. Thank you for joining me. I'm Bruce with Self Love Center, where I help you find true love from the center of yourself. 11 ways. I don't know what that is, but 11 things keeping you from loving yourself. You know, why do you do things that you don't want to do? Why do you not do things that you want to do? Like singing, for example, inspiring people, bonding with people, getting in good relationships, good friendships, sex your way. Why do you not do the things you love to do? Well, all of those things can be held back by a lack of self-love. And that's what I want to talk to you about. My channel is called Self Love Center. I know it sounds like a place. At the time, I didn't think about that it would sound like a place. But I get comments every now and then that says, hey, where is your Self Love Center located? So, at the moment, Self Love Center is an idea. It's an idea that I created that involves other people, other teachers, other people that want to inspire people just like me. So let's get into it. One thing that is holding you back from loving yourself, that is self-esteem. If you lack the self-esteem, you're not going to do certain things that you want to do, and you're definitely going to do things that you don't want to do, because self-esteem puts you in a lower, your self-image is in a place of like lack and a victim thinking. You know what? When my self-esteem was low, I would allow the woman in my life to tell me that I wasn't good enough. I just did that. You know, I mean, I didn't know. I would accept it. I believed it. You know, when people tell you something about yourself and you just believe it, you go along with it without questioning it, that can lower your self-esteem, especially if what the person is telling you is something negative. Now, if they're trying to give you constructive criticism and, you know, in a good way, that's different. You know, you should listen to them, you know, but self-esteem is an issue. Number 2, self-acceptance. That's number 2. You have to accept yourself if you're going to love yourself. There's just no other way around it. Self-acceptance should be your natural state. I didn't accept myself all the time. I really didn't. You know, I mean, from growing up, just certain things I didn't accept about myself. But I've learned to accept myself the way I am. So number 3 is self-control. Now, self-control should be either number 1 or number 11. I don't know, but self-control is really important. And 95% of when we react instead of just responding, 95% of that is from the lack of self-control. And people who are awakened probably realize this by now. People who are on certain levels in their expanding process, they know that self-control, it is about self-control. This whole shit is about self-control. So, and mostly it's learning how to control your thinking. All right, so self-worth is number 4. Self-worth and self-image is a very similar things. You know, if you see yourself as small and insignificant, you're gonna be small and insignificant. I mean, that's just the way it is. Learn to see yourself as important to yourself and important to the world in your unique way. Number 5, self-assessment. Check in with yourself from time to time. You have to be able to assess yourself. The bad thing is in most cases, we assess only the negative things and we glorify it some kind of way, or we, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, we assess ourselves in a negative way, and then we do that in the things that we think bad about ourselves, the things that people told us that we were wrong about anyway. But when you learn to assess yourself and see those things for yourself, and then learn to adjust it for the better, also you learn to scope out and look for the good things in you. And then you find what you're good at, you find where your strengths are, and you master those strengths, and you find where your weaknesses are, and you either learn it or you find somebody to help you with those things. So, anywho, number 6 is self-blame. Self-blame is keeping you from a lot of things. Self-blame is keeping you. It keeps you feeling guilty. So if you hurt somebody and you know you're responsible, start forgiving yourself. Start letting go of the idea that you did something wrong. You did the best you could with the knowledge that you had. The person that you hurt, their vibration matched with the vibration that you were willing to give. So you can't really go on forever blaming yourself about things. Also, we just blame ourselves about a lot of things that we're not even responsible for. Most people are just too damn sensitive anyway. And if you hurt them, sometimes you don't know. You're good guys like myself. I'm a good guy. I hurt people, but I'll do it unintentionally in most cases. So anyway, number 7, self-sabotage. We hold ourselves back from what we want because we don't have enough belief in ourselves. We have our self-esteem is so low in many cases that we'll tune out the good parts of all aspects of our life and only focus on the bad parts. Then when you do that, you'll automatically start sabotaging anything that comes good. So we all do that. It's just to what degree are we doing it? Some people cut themselves, and cut up, and other people just keep getting in bad relationships and then throw away the good ones. So think about that. Give that some thought. So what's next? Self-expression. Now, self-expression is like, look, do what you love. Let your light shine. I wrote a song with my friend April that I'm about to release. Actually, I released it. I just haven't really promoted it yet. But it's the song is called "It's Our Time." But the song is about letting your love shine through, because it is our time. The world is changing now. The vibration of the earth is changing. We as humans are evolving, and we're just going through a real change. And this is our time to get with this shit. You know what I mean? This is our time to really go in and do a self-exploration, do the affirmation. It's our time to let go of the fear and embrace the love and love others. You see? So, which is what I'm doing now. I love you, so I'm sending love to you. This is love vibrations. It may not all be acceptable, you might not be ready to hear it. But, the first time somebody told me, hey, you don't value your life, I got offended. I was like, what do you mean I don't value my life? And then I went home and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I don't. There's certain things that I do that show a lack of self-value, which is a whole nother thing. I don't even have that on my list. However, but express yourself. The song says, let the love shine through. You know, do what you love. The video that I created, it says do what you love. It's a very empowering video, and I'm looking forward to many of you seeing it and being inspired by it, and then going and letting your love shine through. So when I wrote that, I didn't realize that I connected to the song that I wrote. But when I wrote this, my notes, anywho, what's number 9? What's number 10? Self-illumination. Now, self-illumination is a practice that, I mean, I don't know if people call it that or not. Maybe I made it up. But self-illumination, it is an idea that I got from Spirit. While walking, a couple hours ago, it's like, illuminate yourself. Here's what I do. I bring the light in. I take a deep breath, bring the light in from the top of my head, let the light go through my body, through my feet, into the ground myself. And then I let a purple light come through the top of my head, and I spread that purple light all throughout my body, and I allow that light to come so bright it looks white. And then I spread it out. Illuminate yourself. That's self-illumination. Doing this, and if you do powerful affirmations while doing this particular meditation, you strengthen the power of the affirmation that you're saying. Affirmations, the whole point of affirmations is that you may not necessarily believe them in the moment that you're saying them, but if you keep saying it to yourself and you send out strong emotions, feeling good while seeing this light around you, and feeling good while saying to yourself, for example, I love myself the way I am. I love myself as I am. When doing that, even me saying it sends a powerful surge through my body, when doing this, you're going to believe in it eventually, and everything will be different. Things will change. Okay, here's the last one, number 11. And this is tough because we don't even realize we do it. It's self-competing. Now, that's another thing I got from Spirit. I'm pretty sure other people, other gurus and teachers are out there talking about this, but somewhere along the line, I learned that I always feel like I was in competition with everybody. But since then, I've learned to let go of the competition. Then I discovered to let go of the competition with others, feeling that sense of competition. Then I discovered that, I'm actually competing against myself. And so now what I do is I say to myself, I let go and release right now the sense of competition with myself. That automatically sets you on course to let go of the competition for other people. We all know in relationships, people get jealous because people get jealous and possessive and all kind of stuff, all kind of stupid stuff. In relationships, we're not in this world to hold each other down from who we are. We're in this world to illuminate each other and let each other be who we are. And in relationships, we just drive stakes in people's hearts because we just don't know how to love them. You love them by letting them be who the hell they are. If you can't take it, get off the boat. Let somebody else get in that spot who will appreciate them. So anyway. I'll go on another rant some other time about relationships and how we're really hurting ourselves. Luckily, the world is changing. The vibration is switching around. Relationships are going to be shaking themselves loose. I've done it myself. These relationships shake loose because a lot of us in the wrong relationships based on our fears. We're in a relationship based on our fears, not relationships based on what we love and what the other person loves. That's the key. Also, somebody's going to say, hey, but you got a bunch of failed relationships. You damn right I do. And that is the key, having a bunch of failed relationships. You learn that relationships, there are no failed relationships. There just aren't any. So anyway, that's the last thing. Letting go of the competition helps a lot. Now, so what do we do about it? Meditate. a few years ago, when I realized that I had a lack of self-love, when it finally hit me, like, hey, there's a self-love thing going on, and at the time I was listening to Louise Hay a lot, and so I decided to come up with a song that was that had affirmations in it. At the time, I didn't really know what I was doing because I was new to the whole thing, but I was allowing Spirit to flow through me enough to create this, and I followed along with the instructions I was given, and I created it. And then I slept with this song all the time. It's a meditation song, and it has powerful affirmations in it. One of the affirmations is, I am loved. You're going to hear that all through the song. And go get it. It's downloaded. It's on my SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure I've got it as a free download. Just go download it. Download it, put it on your phone, and then put headphones on or something. If you can't play it out loud or whatever at night, put headphones on or something. And listen to it. Put it on repeat. Let it play over and over again. I did this a few years ago. I did this to myself. I listened to it. Now, I don't know why it worked the way it did, and I can't even remember when I started loving myself more. But what I do know is that before I listened to that song all the time, I didn't love myself. Hardly at all. When I did start listening to it, at some point, self-love started kicking in, and all these relationships changed. The relationship was yanked out of the relationship was just out of there, and then I went through a series of relationships, and then now I realize that I'm in a relationship with a lot of people, friends, girlfriends, business partners, whatever the case is. Either way it goes, whatever kind of relationship it is, self-love is required. So I know, I'm new at doing videos. Doing this video and getting the bravery to do this video is an action step that I decided to take as a self-love action. I'm going to go through I'm going to do short videos on maybe all these points, and maybe go through a little more demonstrations as to how to transform all of these things, because you can do it. Don't turn this off thinking, well, I can't do that. No, do it. I'm showing you how to do it. Go to the song. I'll put it in the link, a link of the YouTube video. And if you don't use that, use somebody. Find somebody's self-esteem affirmation, or somebody's self-love affirmation. My music may not be your style. That's okay. Request for me to do something else. Do that. That's one step you can do for yourself. It's free. It doesn't even cost you anything. And the meditation is probably 10 minutes long. But I did this, and I really started loving myself differently enough. It took a few years, but it's enough to be able to do this video, which I'm sure will reach people, and the right people will get these videos, and the right people will want to upgrade their self-love and their self-worth. Anyway, love and light to all of you. Go download that song. It's from a few years back. You don't even have to buy it. I will do some more videos that is concerning these other aspects of self-love, and if I may even put those in the description once I do it. So you can go right to one in particular. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I love you. I'm out. It's Bruce with Self-Love Center, helping you find true love from the center of yourself, which you can do and you shall do. Thank you. Sending you love and light. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself as I am.